Hello, I'm a BX Toycat and welcome back to a battle mode video. Today I have one of the strangest battle gameplays you'll probably ever see, because what I'm going to be showing you today is modded battle mode. That's right, this is battle mode, but because it's a client-to-client game, when the host has mods enabled, or they've altered their game files, it will change the game for everyone else involved. And apparently the mods for Wii U are simply involve a few XML file changes, which is just date value changing, and if you just change a few date values, you can make a really strange game of battle. And today I'll be showing you what it looks like if you convince the game you should be able to fly, if you convince the game you should be able to break blocks, and if you convince the game a whole bunch of other cool stuff, including bringing back the life system, which was removed at one point. So yeah, I'll be showing you a whole bunch of stuff about that in today's video. Hopefully you'll do enjoy it. If you do, like the video and let me know, because it helps out the channel, and lets know you do like the modded battle. This has been one of the coolest things to explore for me personally, and yeah, I figured it would be cool to share you all in this video, and if you all agree that it's awesome, like the video and let me know. But with that said, let's get straight into it. Let's burn and let's die, so I can show you what it looks like when you do die of the system, because like I said, instead of dying permanently, there is a life system. You have 2 lives remaining. This is something that was found in the game files, but we never really saw it, but it can be enabled, again, with a simple changing of the text file, which is something I think is so cool. Imagine battle with multiple lives. It would probably go, relatively similar to the way it does now, but it's a cool thing that is enabled in this particular thing. But the second thing, and the one you really want to see, is the fact that you can fly and break blocks, because this means that the normal constraints of the map, such as not being able to get up here, don't have to be followed, and it means you can see some really different stuff. And although I think the most interesting use of this is in the lobby, I think one of the coolest things you can do is get outside of maps like Crucible, which usually you shouldn't be able to. And the really interesting thing about maps like this is that even though you'd expect them to be in the Nether, which it really should be because it's got the Nether fog on, nope, it's actually in the overworld too, and it's set inside this giant, pretty much spherical bedrock dome, which is cool enough to see by itself until you see on one side of the map, because we fly over here. It's actually better to run a lot of the time, because even though it's like basically creative, it's only flying, breaking blocks, doing that sort of stuff. You don't fly at creative speed for some bizarre reason. But yeah, if you just check over here, you can see there's actually a village which the map runs straight into. So even though you might think that, oh yeah, Crucible is actually a really decent distance away from, anything, because it's in the Nether, actually if you were to dig like 5 blocks this way, if you could somehow blow up this wall, you could go from Crucible, from this chest just over here, you could go from here and go straight out into a village, which is really cool if you ask me. And obviously there's no way to actually do it, but it's still a cool little point of concept. Also just over here you can see there's a jungle just within the reach that you could get to if you wanted to. Again, stuff you can't get outside of because it is bedrock on the sides, but it's so cool to see if you ask me. So yeah, basically this is Crucible but seen from a different angle, and this is only half the mod, because once you convince the game that inside battle you should be in creative and flying around and having coal blocks instead of sticks, once you convince the game that, when you go back to the lobby, it doesn't change your game mode back to survival. So what that means, what will happen is in 10 seconds when it decides a winner, which I guess it will do based on, randomness or whoever got the most kills, what it's going to do is it's going to take us back to the lobby, and then I can show you some stuff that, a lot of people have theorized about, a lot of people have wondered about. I can show you all of it, like what the battle lobby looks like if you fly up above it, and all this sort of awesome stuff. And because, again, we've got creative, we can really just kind of wreck the places, they've done here quite a bit. And yeah, as you can see, very, very, pretty destroyed little place like this. So, yeah, also been covered in flower pots too. A little bit of a destroyed lobby, but since we've got 120 seconds here, again, another little strange mod that can be changed with a data value. What I want to show you while we walk around here is, first of all of the buildings on the inside. You might think, oh, is there a secret way in? I theorized for a very long time that there's got to be another secret. As it turns out, not a single one of these buildings, as I looked inside anyway, have contained something secret, which kind of upset me. I was like, oh, I was so sure there'd be a secret? Well, a secret? I guess all secrets are secret, but I was so sure there'd be something hidden around here. It doesn't seem like there is. There's just a bunch of weird stuff inside here. But if, like me, you're going to make a battle lobby remake, then maybe some of these shots are handy, because, for instance, you can't really tell this, this roof over here, for instance, is made of jungle wood. You can't really tell what this redstone back here looks like. It's like this, by the way, and there's a whole bunch of cool stuff like this that you can see by looking around here. But the most interesting one to me is the fact that if we go back here and then mine behind here, it's the fact that, also, that kind of goes somewhere, but yeah, it's the fact that if you look behind these painting or these item frames, you would have figured that there would be some form of thing there. That's something I'd theorized for a long time. Nothing there indeed. So yeah, besides this and just the fact that there's no more secrets as far as I can tell, now we've looked through the map entirely, one thing I did want to point out is that, one, even though it looks like there's a lot of map here, the map only goes so far in one direction, and then it just kind of stops. It's actually floating on a soup flat, which I know we've known for a while now, but now it's like we can properly see it. For some reason, they just made the map like 7 blocks thick, brick, and then below that it's just all of this. A lot of floating sand down here, so I have no idea what the 4J mod tools look like, but we got like a little glimpse into how they might work, because again, we can see like there used to be lots of stuff, and then they put sand down here, and why does it go 1 block down? Well, 3 blocks down, sorry. We'll never entirely know, but what you can see for now is that the battle lobby is a very, very strange place, and that, you know, battle maps in general were made in very, very strange ways, and we got a little bit of a sneak glimpse into that. So, yeah, do keep in mind that even though this is, you know, you can kill each other and it is kind of a cool thing, this is something that I do not ever endorse you doing in public games. If you're going to be doing any form of battle mods, always do it in a private game, and for that reason also, I won't be giving you a tutorial, because I think that, you know, if you put this in the wrong hands, some people are like, oh, it'll be funny if we ruin all the battle lobbies. No, this is only done in private games with people who have wanted their own games, and yeah, if you're going to do something like this, do it privately, or you're ruining up people's fun, and you're the worst type of human being. So, yeah, with that said, I just figured I'd put that disclaimer on the end here, because, you know, the modders said, like, from day one, they could find stuff, but I was like, we need to make sure this never gets out, and fortunately they have all been along the same lines of, like, yeah, let's make sure that we don't ruin the game in general, which I think was pretty cool of them. So, with that said, big thank you to, big thanks to the person who actually helped me get this map, which was Noble Des. He actually is hosting the game for me and is, you know, making this whole crazy thing possible. I think this was one of the coolest things to showcase, and if you all do agree, again, a like's the best way to let me know. Share the video if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here, because I make videos like this one every single day on my channel, and if you subscribe, you'll see them daily on your homepage. Thank you all very much for watching, and goodbye.